Okay. All right, guys. Well, we might as well get started. If anyone else is joining us, I make it 9:30 exactly. So we're going to start with a nice standing section this morning, and then we'll come down to the mat. It'll be nice to warm the whole body up. Hang on, let me just move my mat forward a little bit. There we are. All right, that feels better. So feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, guys. Toes turned down. We're going to start with some nice, beautiful lateral stretches. So arms out to a T, relax your shoulders, soften your knees. Sinking into a nice, easy squat as we take it over and back. Over, giving ourselves a nice big lateral stretch. Lifting up out of the rib cage. Pressing down into those feet. Nice and long, nice and long. Reaching. And again. Fantastic work. Let's go. One more time here. Bring it back up and hold, and we'll sink into some nice easy squats. I love to bring my hands into a prayer position as I move in and out of this. Really is up to you. You can bring them onto your hips if you'd like. You can keep them in front of you. Just moving, warming up the body. I like to feel like I'm loosening up while I warm up. Let's go for 6 and 5. Not sinking too low, just taking it down. Glutes and hips going back that little bit. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Holding it down and find some pulses. Pulses. Feeling all 4 edges of the feet, guys, down. So you've got the edges, the outside, the inside, the heels and the big toes. Chest is proud. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up tall, shake the legs. Let's turn. Pick a direction, any direction. We're going to turn to both directions. Square your hips. Gently draw belly to spine. Arms are in front as we sink into a beautiful lunge. And we come back up. Reaching and lifting. Taking our time, trying to get that back knee down that little bit lower if you can. As you come back up, take the time to engage and squeeze. That back heel is lifted. Four, 3. Where would we be without some pulses? Holding it down, arms overhead, relax through the shoulders, tiny pulses. Open that chest. Draw your belly in. Drive through that front heel. Press, let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stand up tall. Rotation to the front. Tiny pulses here in the center before we change sides. Just getting that body warm. And turn it round. The other way, whichever direction you went, let's go the opposite way. Take a moment to square your hips. Gently draw belly to spine and reach. Lift. And reach. Nice. Arms coming up in front. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Taking your time at the top. There it is. Nice work, team. Looking good. Well done, guys. 3. Last 2. Holding it down on our next one, finding our pulses. Losing our balance. Arms up to the ceiling, tiny pulses. Drive through that front heel as well. Nice, open chest. Great work. Bring it all the way up, facing forwards. Shake out those legs and let's come to our mat. So let's stand towards the end of the mat. Cross our ankles, arms up in front, and we're going to slowly lower ourselves down and then uncross our ankles. Shift your bum back a little bit to give yourself some length between your heels and your glutes. Legs hip distance apart. We'll start with a little bit of spine articulation. Holding the back of our thighs. Draw belly to spine, take yourself back. Holding when you reach that point where your arms We're at full length nearly. Lift your chest. And then come all the way back up. So we're easing into this one. Draw back. Try and keep your big toes down, knees nice and still. And back up again. Take the time to find that deep C curve. Chest is lifted. And back up. This time as we go back, pause and hold. Reaching through the arms. Let's start to lift them up and down. Fingers are floaty. Up and down. Press your big toes down into your mats. Lifting up through your chest. Draw that belly to spine. 3 and 2. One more time. Lifting up. As your arms come down, reach for the back of those thighs and up to seated. Great, let's go again. Take yourself back. Arms up. This time, rather than arms coming down straight, turn to your right, drop the arms down, one on the inside of the thigh, one on the outside. Lift, rotation, arms down. So just falling gently either side of each thigh, finding your rotation from your waist, hips and pelvis facing forwards. And up, find those abs. Woo, mine are awake. 4, reaching. 3, we have one more option here. 2, and 1, arms forwards, grab the back of those thighs, and sinking up. All right, reach the arms out in front now. We're going to start to add a little bit more. Coming all the way down, let's try and get our lower back to connect. Maybe you can get just to there and pull all the way back up. Remembering your options, guys, once you get down to the lower back, if you start to struggle, reach for the back of those thighs. It will give you a tiny bit of help. Just let the lower back connect. And lift it all the way back up. We've got our legs bent still. All right, to make it harder, you can reach them away a little bit more. You're happy where you are, stay where you are. Nice. One more here. Lengthen through your torso. Great work, guys. Lifting all the way up, pause and hold for me. Take this second. We're going to lay it all the way down on this one. We're going to straighten our legs when we get there. So take yourself all the way back to the mat. Bring your arms up over your chest. Extend your legs long. Legs are together, feet are together. Let your toes point away from you. Try and create a connection through the inner thighs. From here, lifting our head, neck and shoulders, lower the arms, and then roll all the way to seated, reaching forward for that beautiful stretch. Find your seat. And again, rolling down. Nice, arms to the chest. Squeeze the legs together. Let's lift ourselves all the way back up. Good job, guys. Let's go. Pause, squeeze those legs and lift. Reach for the stretch. 2 more here, guys. Keep it flowing. Let it flow. Really create that inner thigh connection if you can. It's very light, but it makes a big difference. Coming all the way back up and find your seat. Forearms down, bend your knees. Once you're there, we're going to find a tabletop. Lift up through your chest. And when you're ready, let's start to toe tap towards the end of your mat. Keeping your hips and pelvis quiet, nice and steady. Not that your hips and pelvis make noise. When I say quiet, I mean just not wobbling around. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring back into tabletop, guys. Squeeze your legs together. So options here. Lift your legs all the way up, guys. We're going to find small circles, hip circles. Think about the lights on your ceiling. Maybe you can see the lights on my ceiling. All right, guys, and then change direction. Tiny circles here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs down. Let's lay ourselves down. Good job, guys. Taking a moment here. We're going to find that little connection. Start basic, and we're going to build ourselves up. So arms beside you, shoulders roll down and back. Lift your right leg to tabletop. Exhale, imprint, find your left leg. Then let's take it back down. Right leg, left leg. So your basic moves. Really focusing on that exhale breath as the second leg helps you to find your imprint. All right, thinking about length through your torso and up and down, lifting, leading with one leg at the moment, whichever leg leads you to the lift and leads you to the lower. We're going to switch it out to the other side in a moment. Notice if your shoulders are rolling up, you want to keep them down, changing sides with your leading leg. Exhale into your imprint. Nice. Use your breath to help strengthen the abdominals here, guys. Not just using that connection, but also using your breath to really help you. 4 and 3. Working here for 2. One more time. Legs up, legs squeezing together in your tabletop. Hands down, shoulders back. We're going to take a small reverse crunch. Lift your bum up and slowly lower down. Lifting up and down. And if your movement's really small, that's fine. Focus on really imprinting hard. All right, guys, if you have any neck injuries, all right, this would be a good option for you if you're building up your core strength. All right, another great option here. Otherwise, lowering down, use your arms and shoulders, press them into the mat and lift. Let's go for 4 and 3. Taking our time. 2 and 1. Bring it down. Grab your right leg. You know this is one of my favorites. Curl the body up, holding onto our shin. Straighten that leg. Draw it towards your chest. Let the other leg drop, curl up a little bit higher. Switch and change. Let's take it slow and steady for this one while we take a quick stretch. Then let's find the energy, guys. Change, change. And again, my favorite saying, hips and pelvis are quiet. They're not rocking around. Working 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both legs back up for me. Nice. Interlace your fingers, draw them, or bring them behind the back of the head, should I say. Elbows wide, curl up a bit higher. Lower those legs just a little bit. We're going to find some circles. Just circles there. Not so big, guys. You could probably go a little bit bigger. Focus on your lower back connection. Focus on lengthening your torso so we're not bulging. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, tuck in your chin, and 1. Hug your knees to your chest, and pop your feet down. Let's roll onto our bellies and take a quick stretch just from doing that bit of flexion there, and we'll come into a sideline series. All right, what am I leaning on? There we are. Legs hip distance apart for me, hands by your shoulders, or just slightly in front. Scoop your belly up, press yourself up. Take that beautiful stretch. Maybe you feel it from your hip flexors. And come all the way down. One more time here. Pressing up. And push back into downward dog. Take a little stretch there. Get nice and low on your mat. Great. And we're going to stay in this little 4-point kneel. And we'll move on from here. So when you're ready, no rush here. Now I've got my, whichever side's facing you, I'm just going to use that leg, okay? It's my left leg. You can use any side. So I'm going to bring one forearm down and one hand, okay? Whichever side you've got the hand, that's the leg you're going to work. Your forearm side, bring that leg into center. So one leg is lifted, one leg is in center. Take the time to open your hips out. So you're looking towards me just that little bit. Your top hip is facing forwards. Take a slight posterior tilt. So draw your belly button in towards you. Lift that leg up. If your neck gets tired, looking down to your forearm, all right, guys? All we're going to do here is lift and lower that leg. If you look under your arm, you should be able to see it moving. All right, nice and steady here. Lift and lower. Take the time to squeeze and engage your glutes at the top. Doesn't need to be a big move. Just make it yours. Lift and lower. Draw the belly in. Lift. Lengthen through your tippy toes. If you're not likely to cramp, point your toes and lengthen. Enjoy that beautiful big lift while staying fully connected through your powerhouse. Up. Scoop that belly up and in, pressing away. Relax your shoulders. If your wrist for any reason starts to hurt or you do have any issues with your wrist, you can come down onto 2 forearms. All right, guys, that way you would probably be slightly squarer to the mat. Okay, but if you're up on your hand, like me, you're slightly open. 4. Maybe I talked a bit much there. We're doing an extra few. 2, lift up and hold for me. Find those tiny pulses. Your body is nice and still. Your pulses are not erratic, but they're slow and controlled. They're a squeeze of that glute and a slight release. Feel the weight of that leg. It gets heavy. Trust me. Shoulders are relaxed. Draw that belly in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Elbow. We're going to try and bring our knee towards our elbow and take it back. Nice and controlled movement here. And back. Take your time. Reach. Reach. Let's go. 4. 3. Nice. 2. 1 more here. And holding it out to the side. Lower it down. And then lift. So your inner thigh on that leg that lifts is looking at your mat. Now it's tapping into the lower leg. Lift. Draw that belly button in, guys. Press yourself away from the mat with that supporting hand. Draw your belly towards you. Shoulders are relaxed. Starts to get a nice little bit of a tingle. 3, 2, 1 more time. And 1. Bring it down. Nice. Just finding center. We'll take a quick stretch before we do the other side, guys. So, everything hip distance apart. Take a quick cat-cow stretch for me, guys. Tuck your tailbone, pull your belly up, lift up through your chest. Eyes back to your navel. Press it all the way through. Nice. And then if you can, just coordinate a nice little hip circle there. Lifting up, circle round. Oh, that felt good. And let's do the other side. I'm just going to turn around so I can still see you. You guys can stay whichever direction you're in. Unless you want to change with me, that's fine. So your supporting leg is in the center like a tripod. Your leg that's going to work is now lifted up. Open your hips out, draw your belly to your spine. And if you look underneath your arm, you should be able to see your leg. Begin with that lift and lower. Take a moment to relax your shoulders. Oh, I was a bit in my shoulders then. Nice. Good to give yourself that body scan. Finding beautiful lift here. Good job. Lift. Draw that belly in. Nice. Nice bit of length through that leg. Pointed toe if you can. If you're likely to cramp, just relax your foot. You want to enjoy this exercise. Not be crippled over with cramp. And once more, let's go for 4. Beautiful work. 3, 2, lifting up and holding, relax your shoulders, tiny pulses at the top there. Give your body that little bit of control there. Nice, press away with your hand, let your head look down at your forearm if you're struggling a little bit with your neck. Pulses, great length there, guys, fantastic work. Hips are beautiful and open, squeeze the glutes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw that knee towards your elbow and press. Taking your time with that one, guys. Keep going for me. Great work. I can see everyone moving. Always a nice thing. Last one here, guys. As that leg draws in, just gently again, draw belly to spine and then lower that leg down as you're lifting up, trying to stay nice and square. So we're not leaning to that one side. I know as we lift, we want to lean. You want to try and stay fully supported through your hand and forearm and through that leg down on the mat. Lift. Nearly there. Wonderful job. 4, 3, 2. One more here, guys. And 1. Bring it down. Lay yourself onto your belly. And let's stay with the glutes a little bit longer before we come into some stretching. Once you're ready, legs are hip distance apart. Stack your hands, rest your forehead down. Scoop your belly up to press your pubic bone into your mat. And then just lift both legs up so they are hovering. Pointed toes, lift. Now imagine, guys, the belly button's lifted and you're moving from your hips. Let's begin to swim through the pool. So you have the option to add some upper back extension. You have the option to add your arms reaching. You have the option to add your hands in and swim through the pool. You can use your lower body, your upper body, pick an option. This is your full option swimming. Hips and pelvis again, guys, are nice and steady. Your belly button is lifted. Your long shoulders are down. Your hands are here, no problem. Support yourself, lift that belly. Let your powerhouse work for you. If you're down, no problem. Really focus on that swimming. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax everything down, guys. Great job. And roll onto your side. We're going to get into our waist. Outstretch your lower arm. Rest your head down on your lower bicep. All right, team. With your top hand in front for balance or on top of your top hip. See how you feel today. We're going to bring our feet together, legs together. And you should have them in just about in your eye line. Lift both legs up for me, guys. And we're going to work into the waist and the outer thighs. Waist and the outer thighs. Now we have engaged our glutes, so you might feel a small glute engagement. Lift and lower. You can get a little bit of energy with this one, so find a little bit of pace. You can slow it down and squeeze and lower, that's fine. I find this is one of those exercises where I like a little pace. I feel like I keep my movement a little bit smaller. I feel like I'm keeping that muscle under that engagement there. Just lifting and lowering. A little muscle memory. Lift and lower. Good job. Work. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hover those legs just there. Straighten that bottom leg a little bit more. Top leg is now going to lift and lower. It's not a big movement, guys. We still want to work the waist because in a moment we are going to add the bottom leg. So it's kind of a lift. A little bit higher than body height. Good. Still feeding the waist. Now starting to feel the glute and the hips. Good. Start to add the bottom leg. Lift and lower. So now they're tapping in the middle. A little bit Mary Poppins, especially if you've got the heels tapping. Let's go. 6, 5, draw the belly in. 3, working for 2, lift both legs up and begin to space walk. Keep that top leg lifted for me and keep that bottom leg nice and straight so we get that work on both sides. You want to feel both legs working, your waist, hips, glutes, inner thighs. Powerhouse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop them down. Woo, I felt a nice engagement there. I hope you did too. We're going to bring ourselves up onto our forearm. Now you have options here, guys. Your forearm plank. You have an option to stay on your forearm with your knees bent and you can lift up. Or if you want your legs straight, lengthen them out and bring the top leg in front so you're slightly crisscrossed at the ankles and you are here. All right, team, so pick an option, long or with your bottom knees bent. When you're there, we're going to lower the hips down and we're going to lift. Now I love, as I lower my hips down, to have my arm up. As I lift up, I love to lower my arm. Optional, you can keep your arm still. All right, guys, have a little go. Pick your options. Fantastic work. See what your body feels good for today. 4, 3, 2. A little hold up on this one. Reach the arm overhead, lift a little bit higher and drop all the way down. Let's find our mermaid feet and laterally stretch out of that waist. Nice. Before we come to the other side, we're going to do a little series on our back and then we'll come to the other side. All right, guys. Now, I did notice that everyone had to go at the reverse crunch on everyone that screen's on. If your screen is off and you didn't do the reverse crunch, you're welcome to have a little go at your setup again for that reverse crunch. So just lifting and lowering, imprinting. If you'd like to have a little go at this, it's very short, it's very sweet. Oh, no, it's not sweet. Legs in tabletop for me. We're going to lift our bum up. All right, guys. Once you're lifted, bring your hands to the base here. So the top of your pelvis. Your fingers are facing towards your legs and your thumbs are out nice and wide to the side. Once you're there, guys, you want to feel like you can bend your knees towards your chest and then take a little bit of a hinge. So you notice how I'm not square, but I've like tipped myself back as if I'm holding onto a table. All right, from here, we're going to do some little movements. We're going to reach our legs out into scissor and switch. Short and sweet, guys, we're not here for long. One of the intermediate exercises, but a great way to strengthen the body in different ways. Nice to have a go. I love this one. Let's go. You know I love scissors. Let's go. And 4, just one exercise. 3, let's go. For 2, one more time. And 1. Bend your knees back to your chest. Tip your hips back up. And then slowly lower your bum back down. Ooh, give those wrists a shake if you need to. And let's go to the other side. Throw in something that's a little bit more intermediate. Good to know you've got some challenges. All right. Outstretch your lower arm. Rest your head down on your lower bicep. Your body's nice and long. Your feet are just in front there, so you've got that nice connection. And when you're ready, 2 legs lifting, and we take those tiny little lifts up and down. We hover just above the mat, keeping that waist under engagement. Remember, if your balance is good, you can have your top hand on your top hip. If not, bring it down in front. Keep going with me. Just going to move that off my screen. There you go. Awesome work. Nice. Up and hold. Straighten that bottom leg a little bit more. That top leg just lifts and lowers. Just staying at hip height there. Coming just above and down. That small little range there. And we'll get ready to add in the bottom leg. In 6, 5, 4, 3. Draw belly in 2. And 1. Let's go. Tap together. Straighten that bottom leg so you really feel the inner thigh. Inner thigh. Nice. Up and hold and find your space walks. Try and keep that top leg lifted. Ooh, I landed in my ball. That was a good start. Lift, lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop both legs down. We're going to find our side plank. So remembering, guys, either with your knees bent or with your legs nice and straight. We're on our forearm for this one. Arm can be lifted. Get yourself into position. Lower and lift. And down. Keep going. Lift. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lift up and hold. Take the arm a little bit higher. Lift up just for a short time. And bring it down. Nice work. We're going to roll onto our back. And we're going to find a little bit of our prep for our teaser. That's what I was looking for. I was like, why have I just gone blank? All right, we're going to start with our legs in tabletop. So once your legs are in tabletop, squeezing them together, making sure you've got that nice lower back connection and your tailbone is down. We're going to be circling our arms round. As they reach our hips, we're going to find ourselves in a seated position. Our feet are going to stay lifted at all times. So, arms up to the ceiling. Take them out wide. As they circle towards your hips, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Keep going. Lift, lift, lift. Find your balance. Beautiful work. From here, home. Oh my goodness, too funny. And out. Arms wide, circle round, lift. I didn't really make it then. So you're balancing just off your sit bones, all the way back down. Open wide, circle, and all the way back down. Open. One more time. Next time we come all the way up to our seated position, we're going to bring our hands onto the back of those thighs and we're going to start to kick up. So just finding our open leg rocker. That next little part. And if you can grab your ankles, see where your balance takes you. Sometimes it's amazing. 2 legs if you can. Draw the belly in. We've really worked our core today. Lift, holding them up, find your rocker. Over we go, one of my favorites. Maybe we'll finish today with our boomerang. That's always good fun. Lift and back. 2 more. Woo, I've overbalanced. Last one. Back up. Bring those legs down. Roll your shoulders out. And let's come to a kneeling position. If you've got sensitive knees, you can always roll your mat in half or roll up a towel. All right. We're not here for a long time, but it'd be nice to feel a little hip flexor stretch, a little bit of a flow. Get our tush working. All right. Find yourself in a high kneeling position with your legs hip distance apart. Bring your arms out in front and relax your fingers. You want to find that little bit of a tuck so you're engaged through your glutes and lengthen through your hips. From here, we're going to hinge like somebody's going to catch you. You don't have to go far. Move your body as one and go forwards. Taking it back. Squeeze your glutes as you go back. Really find them. That way you don't lock on with our quads. That's easy to do. You notice how my hips stay forward as I hinge. Great work, guys. Relax through those shoulders. Nice. If you'd like a little bit more, you can add on opening your arms and bringing yourself back, finding abdominal strength. Do you love this one? 4. Let's go. 3. 2. One more time here, guys. And 1. Bring it up. Hands onto your hips. Now let's take our sit bones back towards our heels. So sitting back, lift up for the squeeze. Sinking back, lift up for the squeeze. And back. Nice job. And squeeze. Next time your hips go back, reaching the arms forwards and in. And reach. And we're going to put them together in a moment. We're going to hinge and then squat. Squat and then hinge. 4. Pull. And 3. Really drive and squeeze those glutes. Let's take 2. One more time. Coming all the way up. Reach those arms forward. Hinge. Come forwards. Sink down into your squat. And lift. Hinge. Come forwards. Sink. And reach. Pull. And back. Nice. Keep that going, guys. Looking good. Fantastic work, guys. Nice to see. Last one there. When you next come up, pause and hold. Take your arms up to the ceiling here. We're going to add a little bit of rotation. So dropping, I'm next to you, so with my right arm. So I'm going to just bring myself to the right. So rotation, turn to the right. Drop my right arm down. Lift, rotation to the left. Squeeze your glutes. Drop the left arm down and up. Rotation. Rotation. Hips are forwards, keep them forwards. Rotation. Sweep. 2. One more time. Each side. Rotation. And bring yourself down. We're going to swing our legs in front of us and sit in our seat. All right. Legs crossed if you can. If not, you're welcome to have your legs out in front. I'm going to sit sideways on to begin and then I'll face you. Let's bring our hands together. Let's bring our heels of our hands together and then our elbows. There is no gap from our fingers down to our elbows. Really press them together. You might even feel a bit of a stretch through your shoulders. Awesome. Try if you can. Elbows up in line with your shoulders. All right, guys? So that's our starting position. Press. You can't see me, I can't see you. From here, we're going to drop those arms down and we're going to push up for the lift, squeezing the elbows together, squeezing our palms together. Just finding a little bit of work for our shoulders. 1 for the stretch, 2 for our posture. Lift. It's a small movement, but it packs a punch, this one, guys. You're really going to feel the top of your shoulders and your biceps working. Try if you can to relax your traps a little bit. 6, 5. This one feels good, team. 4. Press everything together. 3. If you can't quite get there, you can work on this one. 2. Lift up and hold. Tiny pulses. Press those hands together. Press your elbows together. You're going to start to feel it here. Push, push. Tiny pulses. Let's work, let's work. Keep going. And it's 8. 7. Working for 6. 5. Working for 4. 3. 2. Holding there. Take your arms wide. Bring them back together. Press. Open and together. Kind of like peekaboo. And open. Press like a chest. Press here. Open and close. Open. Let's start to work our chest, our shoulders, and our arms. Nice. 4. And 3. 2. One more time. We open. We've got tiny little lifts and lowers here. Take a moment to draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Really light because we're just using body weight, but we're going to add on again without compromising our posture. 2, 1. Hold. Bring your arms down and then let them rotate in. How much further can you go? So you kind of look like a scarecrow. I don't know. I think there's an official name. Let's call it scarecrow. Nice. In and up. And I seem to see you guys quite often. So maybe next week, if you guys are feeling inventive, we've got a few props at home. Maybe you've got a cushion that you can use. We can definitely use the cushions to prop up underneath our pelvis and even between our legs as well to get a good inner thigh connection. If you've got some light weights. Good work. Let's go. Even a chair. I don't know if you've ever done a chair Pilates workout. Oh my goodness. They are next level with the abs and the booties. 3. And 2, maybe give some feedback to Hannah, and I'm happy to take something on. Holding it there, guys. Bring those hands together, elbows together, tiny pulses to finish us here in this little section. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. And release. Roll those shoulders out. Just take a stretch. Hands together behind you. Open your chest, lift it up. Oh, I hope that felt good, guys. Definitely felt good to me. And we're going to do a little bit of a spine stretch forwards. So legs out in front of you, a little bit wider than hip distance apart, maybe as wide as your mat. Arms out at shoulder level. Sitting up as tall as you can, pull your toes back towards you. Taking an inhale breath. Draw the belly back to your spine, go forwards, go forwards, go forwards. Keep pulling your toes back towards you as you reach forward. Draw your belly back to your spine and then restack. Reach. And restack. Let's go. And back. Forwards. And back. One more time. Forwards. And back. Oh, still working those shoulders. All right, let's come to a laying down position. You know I love to sort of bring shoulder bridges in at the end of my workouts. I feel like it calms the breast down. I just feel like it gets us ready as well. You know, if you're just feeling a bit anxious or whatever, I feel like I really find my breath here. So take a moment, and it's also nice as well to feel your inhale breath, expanding your rib cage. Maybe you feel like you really press into the mat from your back. So take an inhale breath, feel how much expansion you get. I really fill out. And then take the exhale breath, start to peel your spine up off the mat and find yourself at the top of your shoulder bridge, okay? Shoulder bridging, supported by your shoulders, okay? No pressure through the back of the head or the neck. You should be able to comfortably move it side to side. Let's lift our hips another inch. Close the rib cage down. Ribs and hips are closed together. We are nice and long. Drive into your heels. Bring your knees a bit closer together. Let's find our positioning and make sure that we do this move really well. It's so effective if we do. From here, find your tippy toes and down. So just taking small tippy toe lift and lowers before we add on to this. Also, if you guys have booty bands at home, always a nice option. We can definitely put together a little booty series with a band if you have one. Nice. Lift through those hips. Try and keep them square to the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, up and hold on your tippy toes. Nice. With your tippy toes up, take your arms to the ceiling. Nice. Now go down halfway. Stay on your tippy toes. Lift through your hips. Good. We're going to work into single legs in just a moment. Just finding Breath. And our control. And that little bit of precision to the movement as we go. 2. And lift up, hold, heel down, hands down. Let's bring our right leg into that tabletop position. Right leg is going to tap up and down. If that's a bit much for you, hands on your hips and just begin to lift, just tiny lifts. You know you can. Lift and lower. I'm going to add the arms shortly. Try and get both shoulders back on the mat. 4, 3, 2. Let's change sides. Left side. Find an option that works for you. Notice if your hips and pelvis are steady or quiet, as I like to say. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Find your tippy toes. Same thing again, but on tippy toes. So let's find that tippy toe. 4, 3, 2. Change sides. Nice. Working. 4, 3. You guys up for a challenge for this last part? I reckon you are. You're on mute and I'm going to say yes for you. All right. Remembering you can have your hands on your hips at any point. Bring your right leg up. We're going to try and tuck it underneath here. So lifted. Try and tuck your right leg under your left and bring it up. I like to kick my leg up. That's up to you. We're just doing 4 on each side. Reach. Tucking under. A little bit harder. 1 more. And lift. Bring it down. Left side. Under. 4. Hello. 3. 2. And 1. Bring it all the way down. Hug your knees to your chest. Release that lower back. Take an inhale breath. Exhale breath. Find me some hip circles. Pick a direction. We'll do 3 in each direction. Let's go for 3, for 2, and for 1. Change. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Roll to seated. Oh, we were going to finish with boomerang. All right, remind me. Next week, we'll all do boomerang together. That's a fun one to work up to. Let's sit in our mermaid, try and get our hips down. The leg at the back, pop your hand down, arm up, take a nice lateral stretch. That hip stays down. We lean over and stretch. Try and make that side longer. Lift up out of that rib cage. And then come over to the other side. I like to try and get my elbow down on the side. I feel like you've got a bit more room to lay down. Bring yourself up, rotate to that back leg and bring both hands on. Sit up tall, take a stretch. And change sides. Leg at the back, relax the foot, hand down, over and over we go. Over to the other side, and down. Bring it up, and turn. Bring it back, roll the shoulders, cross your ankles, let's get up as we came down. Big sunshine move to finish. Shake out the body, you guys are done. Amazing work today, thank you for joining me. I hope you all feel wonderful. Any questions, any ideas for props, anything you'd like to try or do, let me know, let Hannah know.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. Have a great weekend.